The hottest pop culture stories of the day, like Nicole gets breakup bangs. Plus, we've got Taylor Swift on Fallon. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
Listen, celebrities are just like us. I had bangs when I went through my divorce. Now Nicole Kidman is getting bangs as well. I would say the difference is hers look banging. She looks like a whole different person.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything. I don't know what happened, but she almost looks like Margot Robbie in these photos.
She looks so good. She's just like us.
Like us.
I can't even hold myself. By the way, props to my mom for sending this to Brittany and I.
Yeah.
She almost sent it in the middle of the night, but said she held back.
Thanks,
So I
Sid.
said, thanks, Mom.
I don't need an emergency text.
But
actually, send away.
Yeah.
That's the kind of text I
if
love.
If you're up in the middle of the night getting Nicole Kidman bang coverage for us for our Hot to Go.
All we can ask for. Yeah, these are absolutely breakup bangs. They look great on her. Bangs are, I will say this, like, no matter if they look good or not good, they are assigned to other people.
Yeah.
I am not to be effed with right now. Back off. I'm going through something.
Yeah.
And people read that sign. When I had bangs, people were like, oh, like, we're taking this seriously. Like, right, are you okay?
Like, how you doing?
No, I'm not okay. I have bangs. I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. The only time I've ever had bangs in my life was when my mom calls my dark era, where I also dyed my hair dark brown. Cut bangs and didn't speak or smile in any photos for like 2 years.
Cool.
So that explains how bangs work with me.
The
as
bangs
well.
have turned you into someone you are not.
Oh, it's wild.
Well, we wish Nicole Kidman good luck on her bang journey. As somebody who is currently still growing out bangs, I understand. I see you. I am you. I feel you. I think you'll have a more graceful grow out than I did, but here we are.
It's a universal love language.
It is.
I hate everyone, maybe even myself right now.
So my stepsister cut my hair for me, and she has like a salon and all the things. And she was like, the only reason I'm doing this is because you've had bangs before. I was like,
yeah, it checks out.
like, and I feel like mine did look cute, but the upkeep, exhausting, especially if a low maintenance person I am.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
The washing them in the sink became like a daily ritual.
Or having to get them, you've cutting them yourself, or having to go in and getting them cut every week.
A bang trim.
Yeah.
Couldn't be any of us.
But Nicole Kidman does have a little bit more resources than we do, so I think she'll be just fine.
Watch, you find out these are like clip-on bangs for some movie. We're like, oh, so you didn't have a crisis.
Clip-on bangs is still a crisis, to be clear.
Two things can be true.
Right? Last night we had Taylor Swift on Jimmy Fallon. It was an interview people were excited about. She seems very relaxed around Fallon. And we got a lot of information from this. I watched the whole thing and I got us some clips, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff we knew. But one thing we had been talking about is, would Taylor Swift do the Super Bowl this year? This seems to be a year where, like, Taylor Swift just keeps next leveling herself. Wouldn't that be the logical place? Well, here's how she feels about doing the Super Bowl this year.
So you didn't turn down the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
Okay.
No. Well, here's the thing. Like Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
Yes.
Our teams are really close. Like, it's like they sometimes will call and say, how does she feel about... Yeah. And that's not like an official offer or an official like a conference room conversation.
It's just a
like, our
feeling
teams
out.
are really close. How does she feel about it in general? And we're always able to like tell him the truth, which is that like I am in love with a guy who does that sport on that actual field. Like, that is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. Wow. The whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if like he's out there every single week, like putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, high intensity sport. And I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be.
Oh my gosh, honey, let me have one thing. Let me have one thing.
I think we should do 2 verses of Shake It Off into Blank Space, into Cruel Summer would be great. Like, it's just like, this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
Good.
It's kind of like me and Mike were saying, is like, we just didn't see her as he is in this sport. We never thought she would be the type to do it because of that.
Right.
And she didn't even reference the thing that I thought was the most awkward is if, okay, what happens if they lost in the AFC Championship game, the game right before the Super Bowl to the Buffalo Bills, and then it's like, okay, I'm going out there and playing the halftime show. It's just weird. It'd be so much more awkward.
I think she's a superstitious person anyways.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, now that she's really into football, I'm like, I don't even think she would mention them possibly not being in the Super Bowl. But
she probably could at this point.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Rough start.
They played a game that was like, are these rumors true or false? One of the ones that we reported on that we believed was true, and we didn't think much of it, they were reporting that she'd mentioned like, and I'll be next, or I can't believe I get to also, get married as well. She said that is absolutely false. She didn't mention her engagement at all when she was at Selena Gomez's and Benny Blanco's wedding. She's like, I almost took my ring off, but then I felt like that would be more obvious. She goes, there's nothing more annoying than someone who's like, but also me.
Isn't that so wild? Like, when you really think about it, why would she say that? Because you would never say that. And I remember at my wedding, a friend of mine from high school who I hadn't seen in a long time, but, you invite a bunch of people, and she had a couple drinks, and she was like, I just love your dress. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. No, I just really love it. I think my brother just got engaged, and it looks so good on his fiance. She did that for like the next 20 minutes, to the point where I'd be like, hey, babe, I'm still in it. This is actually my wedding day, and maybe we shouldn't talk about how you think someone else would look really great in my wedding dress. Like, it gives that same vibe. You go,
totally.
What?
And she is so, you like the word or not, she's a calculated person. Like, she would not, and as somebody who'd go up there and probably just wing a speech, it might come up, but like, she's not that type of person. She's, in maybe lack of like thoughtful, I would say, instead of calculated.
Well,
I think she
considerate too.
Both things. I think she gets both things, right? I don't see her going to a place of, but also me in that moment.
Yeah.
Now we do have to talk about another rumor that we talked about on this show as well. Did Ed Sheeran find out about the engagement from Instagram? As we know, Ed Sheeran is one of Taylor Swift's closest friends. And I can't remember where our show fell on. I was kind of like, it made sense to me because he was like a guy and it's not something you'd think of. And I can't remember, Kendall, where did you fall on the rumor?
I think it was more just along the lines of like, she probably kept it really close to her chest.
And
not telling everybody.
I think I referenced, it's like, well, what are you going to do? Send him an Instagram message? And then, oh, by the way, my handler happened to be working with Instagram that day. And then now everybody knows.
All right. So here is the answer. Did Ed Sheeran find out about Taylor Swift's engagement from Instagram?
Okay, good. All right. Then I'm going to have my second guess here. And I'm going to say, I think it'd be funny if Ed Sheeran learned about your engagement on Instagram.
That's so true.
Jimmy is currently laying on the floor in laughter right now.
Oh, no. I have a perfect explanation.
Oh, no.
He doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a phone.
Didn't he write a whole album about an old phone that he had or something?
But he doesn't have one that works.
Yeah, true. That is true.
So he doesn't have a phone, and this is like one thing I love about him. It's very eccentric. Love it. But when I'm going through being like, hey, hey, who
all
should
my
we
peeps.
call? Who should we FaceTime? I'm going through my texts and being like, who have I texted within the last month of my life? And he just wasn't there because you have to
How do you get a hold of him? The bat signal?
You have to email him, and then if you want to set up a FaceTime, he has to find an iPad. They have to give it to him like he's a child that they give the iPad to.
Yes, and he watches an episode of Bluey, and then...
This is one of my absolute favorite people on the planet. And
I know, that's why I didn't guess
that. And then when the news came out, I was like, oh my God, we forgot to call Ed. Oh, no.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, he's like family. Like,
of course.
I love him, but he doesn't have a phone.
So yeah, found out on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, to come from a place of I don't have to have a phone. That's all I got out of that story. What a beautiful position to be in, Ed Sheeran.
But it's impressive too, because to give up all that control and to be like, whoever can get a hold of me is the people I'm going to talk to.
He's like walkie-talkie with his wife. What do they do?
No one knows but Ed Sheeran and his handlers. I love that he is now an iPad kid in my head, that they're literally like with little sticky hands and there's like the like iPad protectors, that big foam thing. They give him one and like a juice box.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you have for the next 20 minutes, Ed. And
This is
then
the one.
you get 20 minutes of screen time and then we're done.
Back to writing music.
And then one last thing, she did confirm that the engagement was at their house. And it's funny because they film New Heights. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce they were filming New Heights at the house. And he was like, yeah, I really want to make sure we're on lockdown security wise and make sure like sound and all that stuff. So he was shutting the blinds and shutting everything. So for that time that they were locked up, he had paid them to like make their backyard that whole extravagant, like flowery garden. So it was in their backyard.
Oh, that's sweet. That definitely checks out in the sense that that's why no photos were leaked of this. No one had any idea that this was going on.
Exactly. So.
Oh, that's so cute. Can you imagine being the people setting that up?
Oh, I'd be.
Number one,
awesome.
the NDAs you have to sign.
I would sign, I was going to say go away, but like at least Robot, at least Murphy.
They're like, we will cut your head off if something happens. You agree to decapitation.
For sure, my head.
Sign here.
Yeah, I'd sign away.
And then you're like, not only are you doing that, and it's this crazy get, especially because you're in Kansas City. Like you're not, or were they in Kansas City? I'm assuming so.
I don't know. And they said their house, it could be Florida too.
I think it was Kansas City, I believe. Just because that's, I think, where that backdrop was when you.
It's like, I'm thinking, I'm a florist in Kansas City. I'm pretty talented. So Travis Kelce's calling me and I'm like, who would have thunk?
I know.
10 years ago, that little old Kendall is doing the floral display for Taylor Swift's engagement. And you have to be silent while you're doing it. You're like, do not let that crate bounce.
And like you also have to be gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you go, oh, I don't get to see it. I don't get to meet them because like I'm sure sort of the magic is they're by themselves. Mm-hmm. And he's asking you to marry him. I'd be dying. I would like, I would do something weird. Like I cut off a little bit of my hair and leave it there. And it's like a part of me was here.
You're so weird.
Thank you.
I would not allow you to do it, not because of your love for Taylor Swift, but because I know you'd drop something.
Oh, for sure. I'm so loud.
I'd be like, Brittany, we have one shot.
I know.
You cannot drop anything.
I can be sneaky, but I would be too excited.
Ugh.
I would drop things for sure.
Oh, man.
One thing that Taylor Swift suffers from is when you live your life with Easter eggs, sometimes people look into everything. Now, I needed to bring this story up to both of you because I need your opinion on it. Recently, in all these interviews, clearly Taylor has never talked about Blake Lively. It's never come up. It wouldn't be surprised if they said, okay, we can talk about pretty much anything. Not that, though, because there's legal issues with it, So we've never heard anything about it. She hasn't really shown any support. But then today, a suspicious thing happened. The New Heights podcast that we were just referencing posted a movie review that both Travis and Jason did. Now, I will say this was from 9 months ago that they did this movie review, but it was reposted fresh today. And the movie review was for The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And at one point during this movie review, Jason makes the comment about the beautiful Blake Lively, and he even yells out, I love her. And like they were gushing about Blake Lively during this movie review. Clearly, this has got everyone asking, is this just engagement farming? They're just posting this because they know everyone's going to go to YouTube right now and look at it? Or is this a backdoor way for Taylor to show support to Blake when she obviously can't talk about Blake? Your thoughts?
Oh, that's interesting.
That's so interesting.
We're talking about a movie from what? 06?
Yeah.
Like this movie is so old. Why are you even watching it, period, dot, in the beginning?
I guess they have a rotating bit called like the New. I've never listened to their pod, like New Heights Film Club, and they go back and watch old movies that they liked for one reason or another, and then they break it down for a half hour.
Because it all started with Jason's like, I've never seen that one, and he was like, it was Twilight.
Okay,
and he was like, we have to watch Twilight. You have to wait. So he spent like a whole weekend watching all the Twilights, and then they're like, okay, this is a good recurring segment where we like make Jason watch things that like he's oblivious
We're big
to.
back into time.
Yeah, but he's
Huh.
so
I think I fall in the engagement farming because new heights, and unless they've really upped their PR, sometimes steps in it and finds themselves kind of being moments of like, okay, this would be a great opportunity for this, more than I do the backdoor support.
Okay.
I don't know, only because the album just dropped, and I get that has to do with the engagement farming, like I understand. But in that song about the canceled friends, and she references the flowers. It's specifically that statement where she talks about, after she talks about Gucci, after she talks about whiskey sours, she talks about something flowers, like decaying flowers or toxic flowers. That is so pointed to me. And I again, we've kind of debunked everything and put together like this is probably about Sophie Turner, but it could be more about multiple people. And maybe this is Taylor's way of being like, oh, you guys think you figured it out, that it's about Sophie? Sure. But is it only about Sophie?
And I will just say, if you head to the YouTube page and take a look at that particular episode, as much as Taylor Swift has people who adore her, Blake Lively has people who despise her. And these comments are awful. So to your point, Brittany, if this was simply engagement farming and not something deeper, they did step in it because people are going after them about Blake Lively right now in their comments. So it was interesting timing on the release of that particular re-release of a movie review.
I'm so curious, Mike, and then we'll move on. But like, have people always not liked Blake Lively, or is it just because of this lawsuit from It Ends With Us?
Based on what I'm reading right here, a lot of it is about this is a man who is a despicable person for falsifying sexual harassment claims. I'm just reading one that I pulled out at random.
Yeah.
This was a deliberate choice. They held back. Taylor can no longer be deposed. So, I mean, this is all basically about a lot of people that are just because of It Ends With Us situation.
But she's always been a lightning rod for people. I will say this. And like, again, this is now separate from the conversation around hating her because any viewpoints you have on the trial.
Yep.
But she has an unapologetic severity to her that people feel uncomfortable around often. And that's been a conversation that causes a lot of like people to be like, I think she's a bitch. Like that is usually a narrative around Blake Lively. She was also a lot of people's like, because of that same reasons why people loved her. Mm-hmm. But when then the interviews that came out, you know, especially with that, what is that Swedish journalist who asked her about her pregnancy and stuff like that. Like there is a tipping point for that where people go, no, you're unlikable. You're too cold.
Yeah.
Right.
But her and Ryan Reynolds have that biting humor, and not a lot of people like that in a woman. And none of this is a judgment call. I'm literally saying that was a narrative that came up a lot. And then, Mike, you remember this too. I mean, being in this industry for so long is like a lot of conversations around she can't act. People have have had strong feelings about that for like 10 years around like, why does she keep getting roles she can't act? So I think, and then of course there's like Hollywood loved her because obviously they made her the chair of the Met Gala. Like there's still like, she had a huge support, but there was always a lot of conversation around people not liking her and not thinking she had talent. So. Oh, J-Lo and Ben. Old buddies. J-Lo and Ben Affleck. Are they together again?
What?
I mean, at least they're standing together. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck left fans scratching their heads after they put on a shockingly cozy display on Monday in their first red carpet reunion since the divorce was finalized earlier this year. They're on their New York premiere of the remake of Kiss of the Spider-Woman, where we've got Jennifer Lopez starring in and ex-husband Ben Affleck producing. They get together, do a big, like, everything's great pose and, you know, take a picture. I just thought it was appropriate. There's a lot of conversations. The Daily Mail brought in body language experts around it as well.
Good.
And it's so silly. There's a lot of conversation of, she's not putting the effort, like she used to kind of pose around him, and now he's actually smiling and being lovely to like lean into his not normal behavior, which I do agree with.
A lot of people who are closer with the couple or insiders, whatever you want to call them, have said they get along so much better when they're not married.
Yeah.
Like they're just people that shouldn't be married. That like this, they work together really well. Depends on who you're asking when it comes to actual performance level, but I digress. It's not surprising to me that and they're actors, that all things appear like great, it's fine on the red carpet, especially because just the day before they were promoting this on the Today Show. And of course, Ben Affleck came up. And Craig Melvin brought it up, the anchor of the Today Show, and this is what J-Lo had to say.
Filming this elaborate, beautiful musical. Your divorce is also finalized with Ben. And,
there you go.
Well, but then I read that your ex is an executive producer on the film.
If it wasn't for Ben, the movie wouldn't have got made, and I will always give him that credit.
And she goes on and on and on about that line.
Yeah, her publicist, they nailed out that line perfectly.
But like, she has done so many interviews and had to bring this up so many times. And for whatever reason, Craig Melvin bringing it up Monday morning, knowing that, hey, that same night, maybe it's because she knew she was going to see Ben that night.
Yeah.
She was so sensitive to it that she immediately turned to the side to producers, her team, whoever was standing over there, and looks over and starts giggling and is like, seriously? You brought that up?
Watch him.
And Craig Melvin, to his credit, was like, well, yeah, he's part of the film and you were getting a divorce while you were filming. And she clearly is like, I'm so done talking about this man. I hate that he's connected to this film.
Do you know what I love about the line that they like ironed out and nailed and figured out is you could put the word begrudgingly in there so easily, and that's not in there, but it absolutely still is.
Like she could cough it out.
I begrudgingly have to give him credit for this movie. You can tell it's there. It's like sitting right there that she literally wants to say, even if I don't literally want to, I have to give him credit for this movie. I love that. Like, that isn't even reading between the lines. That's like, she's like Morse coding to us, like, I hate this man. He's ruined my life. But we did make a movie together that I guess he financed, so
I guess I should be polite.
And it was funny too, because one of the interviews she did, she literally said that, but like with a nice voice. She was like, yeah, I wanted to do this. And so I asked Ben to fund it, and he did. So it's pretty much he had the money.
Yeah. Well, that was the one that you're referencing is from CBS Sunday Mornings. You know, they filmed that maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so at this point, she's so tired of saying the perfected line that she's like, get his name out your mouth.
And you know this too, because I remember when Lady Gaga was doing the Oscar tour and she had a line that she'd say, there could be 1,000 people in the room, but it only takes one person to believe in you. You say that, you become a meme and they will make fun of you and lean into the fact that like, oh, you've got actually set line set. So now the more she burns this line, the more she can't use it in time she needs to. She's like, Melvin, I swear.
Her eye starts twitching. I give him all due credit.
I've been saying this and I really believe it. I couldn't make this movie without Ben because of his money.
Obviously.
I love that. Okay, we just now going to have to accept this. Are Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun, are this where we're at? Are they a thing now?
Full send.
Full send. Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun romance appears to be flourishing. It's official. Brittany, swallow it, accept it. This is happening. They're out and about holding hands in New York.
Oh, it's public holding hands now.
Yeah. Like, it's real.
We've also had the parents involved here already. He was at the big birthday party. This is shipped. This is gone. This is done.
There's a lot of us. We were trying to do all sorts of mental gymnastics to not be a thing, especially even at the birthday party. We're like, well, how many people were there? What's the vibe? This? Did he have his kids that weekend? Like, holding hands in New York on a Sunday.
But guys, never forget, he's hot for a billionaire.
That is true. I guess we'd all hit it.
I guess.